tumekubaliana na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, tukasema tuunganishe Kenya, tuache ubaguzi, tuache chuki, tuache ukabila. Kenya ni nchi moja, sisi wote ni watu wa taifa moja, with a common destiny. Nairobi mnasema ndio ama mnasemaje? Mnasema tuungane? Hebu nione wale wanasema tunaungana pamoja tukitembea namna hiyo.
Rais ametuambia ya kwamba ili nchi yetu ipate maendeleo lazima tuunganishe jamii zote za Kenya. Tunaunga mkono muungano wa Kenya. Rais ameshikana na viongozi wote.
All right, the President and the Deputy President were in Nairobi yesterday to talk about the unity. You'll find a very interesting story on the Daily Nation saying that unity test Raila meant skip Ruto 2 of Nairobi, and they are highlighting the faces of Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, Embakasi East MP Babu Owino, Westlands MP Timothy Wanyonyi. They are claiming that there is a problem there by not seeing them present in that trip, or rather tour of the city. Senator Sigei, how is the unity going now?
So far, so good. Remember, this was signed only on the 7th of March. And the first engagement that the President did in public is what you just played out in the screen about yesterday. So from where I sit, the deal so far is achieving the objective that, quote unquote, it aimed at by the time it was being made public. Remember, we have had this engagement before, and as a young parliamentarian who joined Parliament now for the first time, I'm barely 2.5 years in Parliament. I know this is the fourth time that the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga is having an MOU. In this case, I'm using the MOU that was signed on the 7th with the President who is in office. We previously had him with Moi during the merger of his party with KANU. We had him with Kibaki. We had him with Uhuru. And now we've had him with Ruto. In this particular one, the arrangement is quite significant because I know we have had a reference to a mongrel of an entity that was said earlier on by my colleague here, referencing it to the comments by the President sometimes back. But again, what comes out is the desire and the need to bring people together as Kenyans. And that is the message that is just even said in his speech to the people of Nairobi when he was out yesterday. So I would say so far, so good.
So Senator, by the way, who wrote this deal?
The MOU?
Yeah.
The MOU was signed between President Ruto and the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
You know my question.
As to who wrote it,
yeah,
it was written by the two parties. UDA as a party with its representatives. I remember, I of course was present at KICC when the deal was signed, and the representatives
Senator,
of the two political parties. The representatives of the two political parties were present. The chairperson, the Secretary General, the party leader, and
I saw
for
them
purposes of UDA,
Senator, yes,
for purposes of UDA, we had the National Executive Committee present that participated in the approvals of the text and content of that MOU.
Approval.
Similarly, you had my good friend, the Honorable Edwin Sifuna, in his opening remarks. In fact, he recognized and asked them to stand, the members of the National...
I'm sure, Senator, you had my question.
Central Governing Council.
Saying, we actually saw it on TV. It was live on TV, yeah?
And therefore,
so
the question as to who wrote it, I've answered by saying the team from ODM and the team from UDA had their relevant party organs approved and was signed by the party leaders of the two parties.
I can see the signature. It's right here by... William
the
Ruto,
President and Raila.
And Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Do you know who wrote it?
The legal teams.
My answer is so simple, Sam. I have run you through the party organs. A document like this cannot be signed by the party
Senator Sigei,
without the approval
Senator Sigei,
of the relevant party organs. The people who wrote are the legal representatives of the two political parties and approved by the party relevant organs.
Legal representatives of the two?
Yes, for instance.
Of the two parties?
For instance, yes. For instance, under UDA, we have the legal director who sits in office in the party full-time. He, however, does not, at his capacity as an individual alone, cannot write such a thing. He probably would draft, subject it to the NEC for approval.
Surely, this is a simple question.
Okay, remove the word probably.
Do you know who wrote it or not?
Legal representatives of ODM and UDA.
Who are those?
In the case of the UDA party, is the director legal is Emmanuel Kibet.
Emmanuel Kibet?
Yes.
So Emmanuel Kibet wrote this?
I'm not saying he did it. I'm saying that is the legal person. You know, Sam, your question is very simple.
Yeah.
You're making it difficult for you to understand my answer. And it's so simple. For instance, I sit in a number of the party organs, right?
The reason I'm asking that is, what is the legal consequence of this?
Now you're putting it better. Political alignments, governance is actually on the basis of MOUs, understandings as to what is the objective of us coming together. This is an MOU where UDA and ODM are saying we would like to formalize in the form of an MOU the 10-point agenda that has been reflected there. This is goodwill between the two parties so that it is not about us just talking about it in the streets when we pick up the microphone and say we want to do this. And that is why the President and Right Honorable Raila Odinga said, this MOU is not about us sharing positions. It was not hard for them to say...
Any legal consequence?
As regards to this document?
Yeah.
No, it is actually an MOU that is binding on the parties that came together to do it. It's not, it is not a partnership that can be registered, for example, before the political parties.
Even if either of the party doesn't honor this MOU, there's no legal consequence, is there?
That is what I said. In terms of a political arrangement, it is on the basis of goodwill and understanding. That is what made them.
If any of the parties here does not honor this 10-point agenda, there's no legal consequence.
That's true. We do not say we anticipate that breach on our part.
Okay.